Hello and welcome to Maths. We're doing a full walkthrough of the Foundation Paper 1, the non-calculated paper of 2023. Do this in two parts, so watch this video and then do look out for the second part. So question 1, here's a list of numbers, 2, 4, 4, 7 and 8. We have to work out the range. Range is the biggest minus the smallest. 8 minus 2 is 6 for 1 mark. Try and aim for a mark a minute. Then we have to work out 120 minus 89. I could do column or I could see on a number line that 120 is 20 ahead of 100 and 11 more gets us to 89. So that'll be 31. If I did by column, I'd have to do some borrowing, 1 there and 31. Either way, I get 31. Okay, simplifying, 3 times a times 4. 3 times 4 is 12, and don't forget the a, so 12a is our answer there. Question 4, we have to measure the size of the angle marked X. Use your protractor, line it up on one of the flat lines, make sure your 0 is there, and always read from 0. Often students don't know which side to read from. Always read from 0, you count from 0. So I would say if my protractor is lined up correctly, I'm going to get 40 degrees. They usually give you a range around there, but only 1 or 2 degrees off that. Okay, now work out 1/5 times 300, 1/5 of 300. I know my 5 times table. I know 5 goes into 36 times, so it's going to go into 360 times. Okay, so that's the first 5 questions done. Let's move on to question 6. There are 3 liters of oil in a can. Jermaine uses 700 milliliters of the oil. 3 liters is 3,000 milliliters. Work out the amount of oil left in the can and leave the answer in milliliters. 3,000 minus 700 is going to be 2,300. Giving us a lot of space, a lot of marks. 3 marks, 2,300 milliliters. Question 7. Matt is drawing a scale diagram. 1 centimeter represents 5 meters. He draws a line 3 centimeters long. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 centimeters. Each of those is worth 5. So it's going to be 15 meters that represents. 5 times 3. Okay, the real distance between 2 points is 20 meters. What is the distance between the 2 points on the scale diagram? So remember, we have 5 meters being drawn by 1 centimeter. 5 to 20 is 4 times. It'll be 4 centimeters drawn. For each of those centimeters, 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. For each of those, 1 centimeters drawn. So there'll be 4 centimeters there. Okay, so that's the first 7 questions. Do pause the video if I'm moving quicker than your pace. Or try and skip to the section that you need. Let's move to question 8. Miss Bailey asks 24 students where they wanted to go on a school trip. Here are the results. Museums, farms, castles, with the 3 that came up. We have to complete the frequency table. It's worthwhile doing a tally and crossing off as you go. So museum, 1, farm, 1, 2 castles, 2 museums, 2 more castles, 3 farms, another museum. Now when I get to 5, I cross out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 farms, another castle, 2 museums, and 1 more castle. So I then should have 5, 10, 11. 5 plus 2 is 7. And 6 for the museum. That should add up to 24. 18, it is 24. So do check that. Write down the place that is the mode. So remember, the mode is the, most common. Castle. Right, some extra marks available for the same questions to draw a bar chart to show the results. They haven't given us any axis information. Start from 0 I'm going to count up. There's enough to count up for the 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm just going to go 1 beyond that. And then I'm going to draw C for a castle, F for farm, M for museum. Castle goes all the way up to 11. Farm goes up to 7. And museum goes up to 6. Something of, I'll use different things there just to be, use your ruler if you could. If I had both hands available, I would draw something slightly neater than that. But as long as I've got 11, 7, and 6, and here I will have the trip options, and maybe I should have written a bit more there to label it. That should get you 3 marks if you do that all correctly. Okay, question 9. Selena has a bag of 22 counters. 5 are blue, 9 are red, 8 are pink. Selena takes at random a counter. Write down the probability that Selena takes a red counter. So the probability of red, number of red is 9 out of the total 22. So that's 1 mark. Not a pink. So everything that is not pink is blue or red, 5 plus 9. So 5 plus 9 out of 22, 14 out of 22. Takes a white counter. Well, there were no white counters, so it is 0. Okay, so those are the probability questions there. And check 5, 9, and 8 add up to 22, so nothing's missing. 17 plus 5 is 22. So that should be fine there. Right, let's move on to the last couple of videos we're going to do for, last questions we'll do for this video before we move on to the next video. Here are the ingredients to make 20 peanut butter cookies. You need 250 grams peanut butter, 200 grams sugar, 2 small eggs. Derek wants to make 60 cookies. So I'll multiply by 3 for each of those. So 750 grams peanut butter, 600 grams sugar, and 6 small eggs. He has 900 grams of peanut butter. Does Derek have enough peanut butter to make the 60 cookies? Well, I've already worked these out. That's what he'd need. 900 is greater than 750. So yes is the answer. He has enough peanut butter, and hopefully he'd have enough of those other items, sugar and small eggs. But the answer would be yes if you did that calculation 3 times the total there, because it's all 3 times as big. Okay, so just show that you've got enough peanut butter, and then he would be able to make his 60 cookies. So the answer is yes. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 11 is a scale factor and an enlargement drawing. So we have an enlargement needed of the triangle with the scale factor 3. This triangle is 2 across and 3 up. So on the grid, they haven't given us where we need to draw this, but as long as I take those 2, multiply by 3, I need a base of 2, 4, 6. Use a ruler if you can. And the perpendicular height down the center should then go up to 9. So 3, 6, 9. And then smartly with your ruler, unlike this little sketch, you'd have your triangle like that. 2 by 3 multiplied by scale factor 3 would be 6 by 9. And that would then give you a nice 2 marks. Okay, question 12 is algebra. So P equals 2G plus 4H. Work out the value of P when G is 3, substitution there, and H is 5. So one of the algebra techniques is substitution. So we have 6 plus 20. P is going to be 26. Now work out the value of G when P is 38 and H is 3. So we're rearranging here, or rearranging the subject of the formula. So now we have 38 equals 2G plus 4 times h. I've replaced that with the 3 using that formula there. So 38 equals 2g plus 12. Subtract 12 on both sides. 26 equals 2g. Divide through by 2. G will equal 13. So I've divided by 2 there, subtracted 12 there, and used substitution as well as rearranging. So G is 13. Now a different one, V equals 3R minus Q. Work out the value of V when R is minus 3. So you're checking negative numbers, substitution with negative numbers. Minus 2, I'm going to get minus 9 minus 2. Minus 9 minus 2, both going in the same direction, measuring a negative number line, will be minus 11. Okay, a lot of marks for that algebra question, 2 marks each. Do pause if you need to. And let's do one final video for this, one final question. I keep making that mistake. One final question for this video before we break, and you can come back and watch the rest of the paper in the next video. Chloe's making scrunchies. Chloe has a large number of hairbands. Each hairband costs 8 pence for the hairband. She buys 100 grams of wool for £3. Now 1 hairband and 5 grams of wool makes 1 scrunchie. I'm just making an equation to follow that. She makes as many scrunchies as she can. So work out the total cost of each scrunchie that she makes. So I'll first work out how many she can make. If she uses 5 grams of wool, 100 divided by 5 is 20 scrunchies that she's going to make. So she's going to make 20 scrunchies. Now each of them will cost 8 pence for a hairband plus the wool. Now I need to take that £3 and divide it by 20. So I'll do 300 pence divided by 20. 300 over 20 is 15 pence in terms of wool, plus the 8 pence for the hairband. And that gives us 23 pence for the full scrunchie. So 23 pence is the final answer there. Okay, so that's question 1 to 13 of the Foundation Paper 1. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Good luck for your exams, and do look out for the video of the rest of the questions.